off the engine? What if it's the propeller? It gets snarled up with flotsam, Uncle Frank goes in the water to free it, gets shot, and the girls have to finish the job under fire.
Not the girls.
Not the girls?
No. Johnny.
Johnny?
Is there an echo in here?
Why him?
Because he's the hero.
So?
Well, how do we know he's a hero if he never does anything heroic?
Well, he's called Johnny.
Are you trying to pick a fight with me, Mrs. Cole?
Johnny can't go in the water. He's injured. Badly injured.
Manly slash on the bicep. He's not going to be leaking spleen through his trousers.
Welcome to Kermode Uncut. There's a new film opening in UK cinemas this week called Their Finest. You doubtless would have seen the posters and the trailers, which have got some very glowing reviews. And it's easy to see why. It is a really charming and very likeable film. It's got a terrific performance by Gemma Arterton as a feisty, independent spirit who is roped in to co-script a feature film designed to boost morale during the war. And it's got a very good supporting performance from Bill Nighy. Bill Nighy plays this washed-up, has-been actor. He's somebody who's roped into playing a role which he doesn't think is the kind of role that he wants to do, but gradually during the course of the movie he realises that he wants to be part of this project. And as I said, it's very moving, it's very funny, it's very charming, it's very likeable, and I expect it'll do well in cinemas. However, there is a season around the release of this film which I also want to draw your attention to. It's called Girls Like Us, British Women and World War II Cinema. It's a BFI season which has been programmed by Stephen Woolley. I've been speaking to Stephen Woolley recently about putting the programme together, and he's been talking about his enthusiasm for wartime cinema, specifically how much wartime cinema managed to change the sort of gender nature of filmmaking. In his introduction to the season, Woolley says, contemplating a future of either Nazi occupation or a utopian ideal of a classless and sexually equal Britain gave fertile inspiration to emergent women writers, producers and stars, and resulted in some astonishing propaganda movies which, with a female bias, merged stark reality with fiction and fantasy. This body of work has been universally acclaimed as cinematically Britain's finest hour and a half. Now, of course, during the season, there are classics such as The Gentle Sex, Millions Like Us, in which we serve a really, really interesting collection of films. One of the things that's interesting about it is that I first knew Stephen Woolley as the guy who brought us The Evil Dead. He was running the Scala Cinema and Palace Pictures, and he was the man who basically introduced The Evil Dead to an entire generation of young horror fans. And yet now what he's really interested in is exactly the kind of movies that actually back then we would have thought of as perhaps a little bit staid. I think what he's managed to do is to find in the history of British cinema something really remarkable, really enchanting, really exciting, and he's put it together in this season. So go and see Their Finest. I mean, it will make you feel good. It is a proper feel-good movie, but do check out the season behind it. There are many titles in there that are well worth seeing on a big screen, even if you've seen them before on television.
Mrs. Cole? Where is she?
Could someone please get Mr. Hilliard out of Dunkirk?